Hey, what's up DIYers, Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. We're talking Blix Vika Plus bicycles today, and in today's video, we're going to open up the box, pull it out, and assemble it. Let's get started. Alright DIYers, this is what the box will look like when it arrives. Again, this is a Vika Plus by Blix. Let's go ahead and open it and get started. With the box open, here is how it is packaged. Very nice. Here it is out of the box, and it is well packaged. And got our Craftsman workbench here. We're actually building a boat, but that's in different videos. In that little box there comes a lot of stuff. You got a toolkit, pedals, you got your battery charger, owner's manual, instruction guide, and more. And step number one, you just want to verify all of your parts are present. If you're missing any parts, well, you can't finish your project. Before assembling the bike, I actually plugged in the battery. Here is your charging block. As you can see, the red light, and it is plugged in on the side. Back to the bike, and step number one also guides you to remove all the packaging. And I've got a little zip tie cutter here. Be very careful as you cut these zip ties. The last thing you want to do is scratch your paint. So cut the zip ties and carefully remove the packaging or foam. When it comes to this little strap here, all you have to do is push down and release it, as shown there. I'll continue unpacking everything. All the packaging is removed, and DIYers, there's a lot of zip ties. Again, be careful as you remove those. You do not want to scratch your paint. You've got several hex keys and wrenches, and you've got a 15 and 13, and you've got two of the same kind, an 8 and a 10. And you've got two of these because these will come into play when you're installing and securing your magnet to the front wheel. Next, what we'll do is rotate the handlebar stem upwards and secure. Let's come over here, and that is this part right here. As you can see, just shift this up, and you will notice this part right here. You have to turn it until it falls right into that gap or indent. And from here, you just tighten it down. You want it firm, but do not over tighten it. Next, direct your attention to the upper stem. Go ahead and open up that little locking tab there and take note of this machined internal tab or groove that will come into play on the actual bar. You see the little machine indent that travels the entire length of the bar. So make sure you pick your handlebar up properly and carefully align those two machine grooves together. And as you can see here, shift the handlebar down inside the insert and tighten it at your personal desired liking or height. Taking a step back, here's where we are at this point. We are now going to swing the front portion of the bike back and lock it in place at the center frame point. And DIYers, just be careful as you do this. Just spin it around. Takes a little bit of friendly pressure, as you can see here, and it might be easier to shift to the other side. Put your lower portion of your leg against the frame and shift it into place. And a closer look of the locking mechanism that secures the front frame to the rear frame. And you've got this little tab here. This is your little lock tab. Shift that up, rotate this back until this back hook grabs a hold of the rear frame, and press this in place and lock it. And then lower your locking tab to the front of the bike, and the next step has you secure your light. And in our case, it's already secured and the electrical wiring is properly installed and connected. The only thing we will do is remove that protective plastic from the actual lens. Time to install the pedals. This is step 7. Take note of the L and R on the stud of the pedal thread, and the R is for the right side, the L is for the left side. The difference between the two thread is they are reverse thread. When it comes to the left side, the right is normal and the left side is reverse. Inside the package pedals are washers, and you want to ensure that you install those properly. Here's my R pedal. That is the right side if you're facing the front of the bike. Do not cross thread these, align them properly, and these should screw in very easily and smoothly. After hand tightening the pedals, grab your 15-inch wrench and tighten your pedal until it is pretty snug. Do not over tighten it. To the left side, and as I mentioned, the left pedal has reverse thread, and what that means is basically you will act as you are loosening a standard threaded stud by turning it to the left. If you try turning this to the right, it will never make contact in the thread and screw tight. And same as the opposite side, after hand tightening it, grab your 15-inch wrench and tighten it snug. Now that the pedals are installed, what I want to do is show you how to stow these. You push in and you shift down. And as you can see, the pedal now is in the stowed position. To resecure it to the riding position, you push in and shift this back in place, as shown there. Now it's time to install the seat. And go ahead and open up that tab there. Grab your seat. Insert the shaft or bar. You've got a min line there, and just slide it all the way down to at least that min line and to your personal liking or desired height. After you get your desired height, go ahead and secure that locking tab. Now to the left front side of the bike, and you've got this little magnet here if you're curious what that is, and that is going to secure right here. And as you fold this up, it is going to make contact with the rear wheel magnet. And when folded up, that is going to help it stay folded. I carefully remove the locking nut, and the way I have this positioned is about a 1/4 inch down the threaded stud. And I'm going to insert it in the lower portion here. And as you do this on the back side, you want to ensure that the threaded stud of your magnet going through that frame, as well as the securing nut that's going on the back side or inner side, does not interfere with the rotation of the wheel, both spokes and brake as shown there. After hand tightening the magnet, go ahead and grab both of your 10-inch wrenches and tighten that magnet snug. Again, you want to ensure that you have the clearance to allow your wheel to rotate without making contact with that inner stud and nut. To the opposite side, next step is to inflate your tires, and the instructions state between 40 psi and 65 psi. I brought the tires up to 50, and now it's time to install the battery. On the underside of your seat, you've got this little tab right here, or lever, and shift your seat up, and that opens up the space to install your battery. And as far as your battery, go ahead and position it properly, as you see here with the leads down. And as you shift this into place, there are several grooves, and that needs to slide inside their respective grooves. I reposition the camera real quick and see those little grooves right there. Shift that in place and slide it down. And you'll notice it is off. There's your charging point, and right here is a little tab. And I noticed I actually have to push that in to shift that portion of the battery down, just like that. Did you see that? That'll allow me to lock this battery in place on the opposite side. To the opposite side, go ahead and lower your seat and lock that back in place, and your key can be inserted in the key slot and rotated 180 degrees. Pull your key out, and that battery is locked in place. To the right side, and we are going to turn our battery on as shown there. And up to your digital screen, we have a up and down arrow to the left side, and then this little button here, push and hold, and that is going to turn your screen on. And this right here is your throttle, and you are ready to go. And we actually have a second bike we are quickly going to assemble. Second bike is out of the box, and this is the blue color. We're not going to bore you with the assembly. It's the exact same with the previous bike. We'll show you the end result. All right, DIYers, both bikes are built and ready to go. And these are pretty darn cool. What do you think? From here, DIYers, hopefully this helps. Hey, do us a favor, below the video, you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely ring your YouTube bell. That would be very helpful to us. I would really appreciate it. Thanks again for watching.